You people already know what's going viral right now. Jisoo's brother arrested in a sexual assault case. Yeah, that headline is everywhere. But what if I tell you that's literally just the starting point? And the deeper you go, the more this whole thing starts feeling like some dark crime series instead of a normal K pop controversy. So it all starts with the streamer. She explained that this guy booked her through a paid date setup, so she goes, they have dinner, drinks, everything seems normal at first, nothing out of place. And then he takes her to his house, and this is where everything flips. She says she clearly refused multiple times, like straight up said no, tried to keep a distance, but he kept pushing, forcing physical contact, not respecting anything, and it got to a point where she literally felt stuck inside and had to go to the bathroom and then message her manager to help her, saying she wants to get out of here. Just imagine that shift, bro, from a normal work meeting to suddenly being in a situation where you are not in control anymore. And this is serious enough that police actually step in and arrest a man in his 30s connected to this case. Now, this is where things start blowing up because when this news was reported, the images were used, one of a K-pop idol who is the sister of this man and another was of this man, and both of these images were blurred, but people instantly connected the dots and they realized it was Jisoo and the man arrested was Jisoo's brother Kim Jong-un. And suddenly Jisoo's name was everywhere, even though she's not the one involved in the case. But wait, the story doesn't even stay here because while all people are still processing this, another layer drops, and this one is way more disturbing. A handwritten post starts going viral, claiming to be from Kim Jong Un's current wife. And bro, the details in that are not normal fight between couples type. She described living in constant fear, like being controlled, monitored, not allowed to move freely. He would check her phone, restrict who she talks to, isolate her. She talks about physical abuse, getting hit with the phone, injured, and still being forced to stay quiet. And it gets even darker because she hints at things inside the marriage that cross every boundary, like forcing himself on her against her consent. She claimed not having control over her own body, being forced into situations she didn't want, basically describing a life where she had no say at all. And when you read that, you realize this is not just anger or exaggeration, it's detailed, specific, like someone explaining what they have been going through for a long time. And just when you think this is already too much, there's another twist that hits. People start saying, wait, this isn't even the same wife from the wedding. Like, remember those wedding pictures where BLACKPINK members attended and everyone thought it was this perfect happy family moment? Yep. According to what's going around, that was his first marriage, meaning he's already been married before, got divorced, and now this is a second wife. And that instantly makes people question everything because now it's not just one relationship going wrong, it starts looking like a repeated pattern. And this is exactly why older controversies are suddenly coming back into discussion too. Because last year there were already accusations about secretly filming a sexual encounter without consent. And that whole thing just disappeared without a clear ending. And now, with this new case and this wise statement, people are connecting everything like pieces of a puzzle and asking how much of this has been hidden before. And it doesn't stop there because there are also claims floating around that the victim in the current case was threatened. Like there was fear of private photos being used against her, which, if true, just adds another level of control and manipulation to the whole situation. And at this point, you are not even looking at one incident anymore. It feels like layers of behavior being exposed one after another. First the assault case, then the wife's claim, then the marriage history, and then the past controversy. Everything stacking up in a way that makes this whole situation feel way bigger than what that first headline made it look like. And now, all of this doesn't just stay limited to him. It naturally circles back to Jisoo because people started digging into her personal and business side too. When she launched her solo label Blissu, a lot of fans already noticed that her brother was connected on the business side. Like he wasn't just some random family member, but someone involved in the company structure or operations in some way. And back then, nobody cared. It was seen as normal family supporting family type thing. But now, with all these things coming out, this case, the wife's detailed abuse claims, the talk about multiple marriages, people are going back and re-looking at everything with a completely different lens. And that's where the divide gets intense because one side is saying this is her brother's personal life. Why should she be dragged into it at all? While the other side is like, if there were already rumors in the past, if there were already red flags, then how much of it was known behind the scenes? Especially after that viral wife statement where she describes not just random fights, but a pattern of control, violence, and behavior that doesn't just start overnight. And that's exactly why people are connecting dots, not because they have a solid proof of her involvement, but because the situation itself is making them question everything around him, including the people closest to him. And right now, there's no clear answer from her side, no clarification, nothing. Just silence, while the internet keeps building its own narrative from every old clip, every past rumor, every connection it can find. And that's why instead of slowing down, this whole situation is just getting bigger and louder day by day. So, yep, that's where the things stand right now. And honestly, this situation is way deeper than it first looked. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know thoughts in the comments.